2. Compile guest-contributed content. Yes, getting other experts in your niche to help you create a product is a great way to create content fast. But there's another big bonus when you use this strategy. You get to borrow other people's credibility. For example, maybe you're still fairly new to your niche. If gather together 10 experts to create an ebook or even a webinar series, your name will be associated with these experts. And that means you'll instantly establish yourself as an expert too. Here are 3 examples of ways to compile guest-contributed content. Ask multiple experts in your niche to answer the same question. For example, ask a nutritionist, a personal trainer, a bodybuilder, and a dieting expert the best way to lose 10 pounds fast. Ask each expert a different question. In this case, you first decide what all topics you'd like to include in your product. Then you ask your experts relevant questions on those topics. Ask each expert to do an interview. The idea here is to ask your experts multiple questions, interview style, to find out how they got started in the niche, what secrets they use for maximum success, and so on. Next, 3. Outsource product creation. This is the fastest and easiest way to get any product created. Just find a competent freelancer and have them do all the work. A good freelancer can create a multitude of products, including reports, ebooks, checklists, worksheets, swipe files, templates, cheat sheets, mind maps, videos, audios, toolkits, and more. Take note that this strategy does take a little time up front. You'll need to scour the web for freelancers using Google searches and freelancing platforms such as Upwork.com. Then you'll need to do your due diligence and research each prospective candidate in order to weed out the incompetent, low-quality freelancers. Once you do that and find someone who produces great work, then product creation from here on out goes quickly. Just email your freelancer with a brief, hammer out the details, and you can focus on something else while your freelancer takes care of product creation. Here's another idea. 4. Hire someone to do the research and outlining. If you don't want to hire someone to create the entire product, you can still save time and money by hiring someone to do some of the legwork. In this case, you might give your freelancer an explanation of what you're looking for, and then let the freelancer do the research and outlining. For example, you're creating a product about social media. You might have your freelancer collect research on how many people use the various social media platforms and what sort of audience you're likely to find on each platform. You're creating a gardening product. You might hire someone to research the different regions of the country to address pests and diseases that are unique to each region. Tip: have your freelancer provide you with multiple research links so you can read about the topics yourself before creating the product. Next, 5. Update existing content. Another quick and easy way to create a product fast is simply by updating an existing product. There are 2 ways to do this. If it's a fairly recent product, such as one you launched in the last year or so, then you can update it, expand certain sections, and launch the new product as the 2.0 version or the current year's edition of the product. For example, the original product is called the Whiz Bang Marketing Guide. You can update it and call it the Whiz Bang Marketing Guide 2016 version. If it's an old product, then you can revise and expand it, and then launch it as a completely new product. You might even put it into a different format, such as turning a text product into a video product. Using the example from above, the Whiz Bang Marketing Guide may become the beginner's guide to marketing video series. Next, 6. Do a webinar. The beauty of doing a webinar is that you get multiple products out of it. Namely, Product 1, the live webinar. Live events tend to be considered premium products so the seats to a live webinar are often sold at a premium price. Even better is if you offer to field questions at the end, which you can frame as group coaching. Product 2, the recordings to the webinar. You can use the recordings as an order form upsell to those who purchase the webinar, or you can offer them as a nice bonus. You can also sell these recordings as a standalone product. Product 3, the webinar transcripts. These two work as good upsells or bonuses for those who attend the webinar itself. You can also use these transcripts, in whole or in part, as lead magnets or standalone paid products. If your webinar covers multiple tips or topics, you can even excerpt out part of the recording and use that as a lead magnet or a tripwire to get prospects interested in purchasing the entire webinar or webinar series. Here's a related idea. A7. Splinter an existing product. The idea behind this strategy is to take one of your existing products, excerpt out a portion of it, and then sell this splintered portion individually or use it as a lead magnet. Let me give you a few examples. You have a kettlebell training video course. You splinter off one video module and sell it individually. You have an ebook on the topic of organic gardening. You excerpt out the chapter on recognizing and treating plant diseases, and then sell this report as a tripwire product. You have a home study course on the topic of online traffic generation. You splinter off the part of the training that focuses on social media marketing and sell this portion separately. You have an e-course with coaching built in. You sell the curriculum for the course. You have a series of webinar recordings. You excerpt out one or two recordings and sell them separately. Once again, this is an extremely fast way to create a new product. However, one of the big advantages is that the splintered product will naturally lead to the main product. And that means you're creating a product with a backend sales opportunity already built into it. Next up, 8. Compile multiple existing pieces. If you've been in business for any length of time, then you probably have a lot of content. This includes paid products, lead magnets, blog content, newsletters, social media posts, posts you've made on forums, guest blog posts, and more. To create something entirely new in lightning quick time, all you have to do is compile multiple existing pieces. You may need to tweak them to make them flow together, but this still beats trying to create something from scratch. For example, compile multiple blog posts to create a report. You may need to create transitions and introductions between posts to make it read more smoothly. Alternatively, let readers know this is a compilation of your best posts. Compile multiple reports and articles to create an ebook. Again, you'll need to create transitions, but it's faster than writing it all from scratch. Turn a digital product, such as an ebook, into a physical product. This increases the perceived value of the product, even if you don't otherwise add value. Transform a text product into a video product, or vice versa. This is another way to increase the perceived value of a product. Turn your content into examples or swipe files. This particular strategy is aimed at those of you who are creating and selling marketing-related information. For example, you might compile your best and most high-response blog posts, social media posts, Facebook ads, sales letters, lead generators, and more to show other marketers how to create content that engages prospects and gets them hitting the order button. Here's another idea. 9. Create a product on the fly. The idea here is to create content in real time for one purpose, while you're creating content for another purpose. For example, let's suppose you sell personal email coaching to students. Every day you're going to get interesting questions landing in your inbox that you need to answer. In some cases, you may get the same type of question over and over, which tells you this question is in demand. What you can do is turn your answers into an entirely new product. Tip: don't forget that you can also copy and paste these FAQs. Whenever you get a similar question from a student, just tweak to fit the individual scenario. This is a huge time saver. Next, 10. Use a tool like Dragon Naturally Speaking. If you're creating text content, then part of what will take so long is simply your ability or lack of ability to type quickly. That's where this solution comes in. Just use a speech-to-text technology such as Dragon Naturally Speaking to create your product. You may need to do a little tweaking when it's all done, but many people find this much faster than trying to type it out. Here are 2 twists on this strategy. Have someone interview you on the phone. The recording itself is one product. You can also get the transcription of the call as another product. Do an audio recording. In this case, you just speak on a topic without anyone interviewing you basically. Give a podcast. The audio recording is one product, and you can get the audio transcribed as well. Closing thoughts: you don't need a lot of time to create a lot of products. Instead, you just need to get a little creative. That's where the above 10 methods come in, which will have you creating products faster and easier than you ever thought possible. So put these methods to work for you right away, because you could have a new product ready to go in as little as 20 minutes from now.